everybody, my name is Tess and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so happy to be back. It's been a full year and oh my god, this year has definitely been crazy, not only for me but for all of you as well, I'm sure. I definitely will explain a little bit later where I've been and what I've been up to. So much in my life has changed, so yeah, I'm not gonna beat myself up too much, but I'm just happy that I'm back filming again. In today's video, I will be creating this look right here, which is a perfect fall holiday look. I know I will for sure be rocking this full look for Thanksgiving, and it's just a really pretty, like, bronzy, glowy makeup look, and I'm very happy with the way that it turned out. So before we get into the tutorial, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. You know I really want to start building this family, and also if you want, hit that bell notification and you will be notified whenever I upload any new video, because I promise you I will be posting more this year. So without further ado, let's get into it. Apparently this is my thing. I did it last time and I'm doing it again, so let's get into the tutorial. Hi. So let's get started with prepping my skin. Today I'm going to use the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. I did pick up the travel size just because I didn't feel like spending the money on the bigger one, but I've been using this for years. It's so good for oily skin. So all my oily skin girls and boys, I highly suggest this. It keeps your makeup on all day. It won't move and your oils will not come through. So I just took one pump and I'm just gonna apply it. I really like to apply my primer more towards the center of my face because that's where I get the most oily. Okay, so for foundation, I'm going to use an oldie but goodie, which is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I'm in the shade 8.75. If you do not know about this foundation, you've been living under a rock because it is so good. It is definitely like a cult favorite. It has the most beautiful finish. I'm going to take about 2 pumps. And I'm gonna use my IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection brush. Oh my god, little side note, I just cleaned all my brushes and let me see. Yeah, I have it here. I picked up recently the Sinem, I think that's how you pronounce it, the Sinem Secrets Makeup Brush Cleaner. It is amazing. So if you're in the market for a makeup brush cleaner, I highly recommend this. It literally washed all my brushes in maybe like 20 minutes, and I have literally, you can see this, all of these plus some more, and honestly the dry time was maybe 5 to 10 minutes. So after washing them within like the half hour, I was able to use my brushes, which is so nice, because you all know if you wash your brushes with soap and water, you have to wait at least like 24 hours for your brushes to dry. So I really recommend it, and it does kill 99.99% of all bacteria, so really good, especially during this time. Anyways, so I'm gonna take the big side and I'm gonna start applying this to my face. I absolutely love this foundation. It has such a nice finish, and even though it says luminous on the bottle, I am not afraid of it even with my oily skin, because it honestly, if you set it correctly and powder and everything, it will last all day. So my oily crew, do not fear. And it has, look at that, it's just so pretty. Like, it just looks like skin. So I'm obsessed. So 2020 has been a crazy year for not only me but everyone I know. So much has changed in my life, so I'm just gonna use my beauty blender and blend everything out. But yeah, so 2020, I literally got a new job, I moved to Miami, and I ended a relationship that I was in for 6 years. So This year, honestly, has taught me so much about myself. I'm doing completely new things. It's been really scary, really hard. And then to do all of that going through a pandemic, it's been rough. But I have to say I am very, very grateful. And I'm looking forward to a good, I think we all needed a good 2021. Okay, so I'm feeling really good about the foundation. I think it's all blended in. So next I want to go in with cream contour, and today I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Tantour Contour and Bronzer Cream in the shade Light. I've been really loving this contour shade. I'm going to use the brush that also goes with it. If I can find it, here it is. Which is the Huda Beauty Sculpt and Shape brush. I think this is so good for carving out your cheekbones and really sculpting the face. So I'm just going to follow my cheekbone and start pushing this into the skin. Notice I'm not swiping. I don't want to move the foundation that I placed. Next, I'm gonna go under my chin, get rid of my double chin that we know I have, and bring it up. So depending on your forehead and how you like your makeup, I personally do not go on the top of my forehead because I don't really have that big of a forehead, so I focus it more on this side. But if you would like to create a smaller effect on your forehead, then bring it across the top, and that will make your forehead appear smaller. But as you can see, I'm really just focusing it right here and just slimming it. Okay, so next for the nose contour, I'm gonna flip the brush and use the other side, which is why I love this, because it has both sides. And I'm going to contour the nose. I am not the best at contouring the nose. I kind of just do what seems right for me. So I start all the way up in the brow and I drag it all the way down to the tip, and do the same thing on the other side. And also I like to lift the nose. And we're bringing the contour into the eyebrow to make sure that there's no harsh lines and it just blends seamlessly. Next, for highlighting and concealing, I'm going to use another cult favorite, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I always use two shades. I'm using the shade Honey and the shade Ginger. I like to use the shade Honey to really brighten my under eyes as well as conceal any darkness that I may have. This shade has a peachy undertone, which is really, really nice for diminishing any darkness that you have under your eyes. Okay, and then in the meantime, I just want to let that set for a minute. So I'm going to take the shade Ginger and I'm going to start highlighting the rest of my face. Down my chin. And I like to do a triangle shape to really elongate your chin as much as possible. And for now, I'm gonna start there, and I'm gonna take my beauty blender and start blending this out. And then for the under eyes, I'm gonna take a Fenty Beauty concealer brush. It's the number 180, and I'm going to blend the under eye out. I like to use a brush under the eye because Brushes allow you to have more coverage, whereas your beauty blender will remove some of the product. So I always like to go in with a brush first, just to utilize as much product as possible and get as much coverage. And I'm gonna also take this into the inner corners to really brighten that up, and down this side of my nose to start reverse contouring. Oh my god, I just realized that I do have my dishwasher on, so that's probably the sound that you're hearing in the background, which, you know what, I'm gonna stop that. So I now want to go back in with this shade Ginger and just go over this to soften the brightness a little bit and conceal. Any excess that I have on my beauty blender, I'm just going to use on the lid and use that as a primer for my shadow. So now I want to use a little bit of liquid blush. I'm going to use this color Torrid from NARS. I've been using this honestly almost every day. It's so pretty. I've never really used like liquid blushes before in the past, but honestly it makes your like blush look so natural. Like it just makes it seem like you're just blushing, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So even on my like no makeup days, I always will gravitate towards a liquid blush over a powder brush. So I'm gonna take my beauty blender and I'm gonna dip into this color and smile and start applying the color and blending it out. And I'm gonna follow, just like everything else, going in an upward motion. Okay, and then I'm gonna take whatever excess and bring it across my nose, like so. So I'm looking like a little blush baby. Sticking with the liquid products, I'm also going to use a liquid highlighter. And I'm gonna take the Cover FX Sunlight, and I'm just gonna take a small, like literally a drop, because I don't want it to be too much. And using the back of my beauty blender as well. I use my beauty blender, I think, for everything. Look at that, it's so pretty. Next, I want to set the under eyes, and I'm just taking my beauty blender and making sure that all the creases are blended out. And to set, I'm going to take the Huda Beauty Banana Bread Loose Baking Powder, and I'm going to set the under eyes. I really love this baking powder. It's honestly, the Laura Mercier I think is amazing too. And honestly, this one is a close second. Honestly, I don't even know if I would say it's a second. I use them both like all the time. I don't even know if I use one more than the other at this point. I think it's more what I'm in the mood for. The only thing about this powder that I do not like is the smell. It smells like old lady perfume, and it's so potent, like it's so strong, and I don't like it at all. I haven't used the setting spray before, but I heard that it smells just like it, and just for that fact I won't use the setting spray. Okay, and I'm gonna also take a little bit more and just set my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and my chin. Okay, in the meantime, I'm gonna let this sit under my eyes for just maybe a couple seconds more. I'm gonna just take a big fluffy brush. This is the Sephora Pro Precision Powder Brush, and I'm just gonna go in with the Hourglass Ambient Radiant Light powder. It looks like this. This stuff is so good. I know it's so expensive, but I absolutely love it. It has like a slight shimmer to it, so it really makes your skin look like it's glowing. And I'm just gonna set the rest of my face with this powder. Okay, so I just want to remove the excess powder that is under my eyes, and I'm just going to start pushing it into the skin and really setting underneath. Okay, so now that my base is all set, I'm going to take my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray and just lightly set it. And in the meantime, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I'm gonna do those off camera, but I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Dark Brown, and also my Glossier Brow Flick to really create little hairs. And I'm gonna do this off camera, so I'll be right back. Okay, so my eyebrows are on, and to set them, I'm gonna use the Glossier Boy Brow in this shade, I think it's brown. I normally prefer to use a clear brow gel, but I can't find mine, so this will do for today. I want to start putting some shadow on, and I don't know, about a month or two ago, I picked up the Makeup by Mario palettes. Oh my god, this is a neutral girl's dream palette. It's so good, and like, it's such a good everyday palette. And if you're like me, who likes to do more natural, maybe more soft glam type of looks, this palette is fire. I mean, you can obviously do more dramatic looks. I actually did my Halloween look using this, and I also got his Metallics palette. Ugh, it's so good. I was so hyped when I saw this was coming out, or when it was launching. I was like, I am 1010% getting it, and I do not regret it. I was Cleopatra for Halloween. Cleopatra? I think that's who I was. Who was I? My Halloween makeup came out bomb. I go look at it on my Instagram at Tess Holman, but it came out so good, and I'm so happy that I picked these up. I think I'm gonna use this shade right here to start off with. Okay, so I'm gonna really focus this all over the crease. I'm feeling kind of inspired by my shirt today. It's so pretty. If anyone's wondering, I got it from Zara, and it actually comes with matching pants, and the full look is so fire, and I think it's so good for the holidays. Thanksgiving is tomorrow, and I honestly think I'll probably do like this look and this outfit for my Thanksgiving dinner. I am honestly so excited that the holidays are here right now. I don't know about you guys, I feel like we all just need it. This is literally my absolute favorite time of the year. I'm just gonna now take another brush. I'm gonna use the JH32 brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade that's right below this color right here, and I'm gonna focus this closer in the crease. But yeah, so I was saying that this is literally my favorite time of the year because it's Halloween, and I absolutely love getting dressed up. I think it's so fun, and you just get to not be yourself for one day and play with some fun makeup, wear crazy costumes. But yeah, so it's Halloween, and it's Thanksgiving, and it's my favorite food. Like, Thanksgiving meal, oh, I stuff my face, even though I shouldn't, but I do. But Thanksgiving, then it's my birthday, and then it's Christmas, and then it's New Year's. So like, how can I not love this time of the year? It's so many festivities and so much time spent with friends and family, and it's one event after another, and I absolutely love it. So I'm so excited. And after this year, I feel like we can just use it. Although I have to say, I miss New York during this time. Like, New York is one of the most festive cities during the holidays. Like Rockefeller Center, the trees, the ice skating rinks, Fifth Avenue is lit to the nines. All the tourists, I can't believe I'm even saying that I miss that, because when you're there, it's a fucking nightmare. So I don't even know why I'm saying that, but I don't know. It's just such a like vibe in New York, and I always love being in New York during this time of the year. So yeah, it's a little bit different for me. This year we'll be in Miami. My building literally just put up its Christmas tree, and so I like walk downstairs and I see the tree and I'm like, oh, this is so nice. And then I walk outside to 80-degree weather and I'm like, this doesn't feel right. Like, I'm supposed to be sipping hot chocolate and walking outside to snow and cold. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't mesh, but I'm not complaining. It's just a weird, like, it's just a difference, you know? It's definitely different for me. So yeah, this year I'll be in Miami celebrating Christmas and probably going to the beach. So definitely a different vibe. Next, I want to use this like cranberry shade. This one right here. Okay, so I'm gonna focus this color mainly in the outer corners. And I'm gonna just start by really dabbing it in and working it towards the middle. It's a really pretty color. I originally was gonna do like an all matte look, but I don't know, I think I kind of want to go into that metallics palette as well. I'm sitting here and I just cannot believe that it's been a whole year since I filmed. I regret it so much. My friends literally have been like pushing me. They're like, why haven't you filmed? Why haven't you filmed? But I don't know, this year has just been so crazy and I haven't really had much motivation, and I told you like so much has changed in my life and I had so much stuff that I had to get used to, and I don't know. So probably because it's the holiday time and I'm in like such a good mood and I'm in a good spirit, I was like, you know what, it's time to film. But I definitely want to continue filming and not allow myself to go that long again without filming. So I am gonna go into the metallics palette. Now the question is, what colors do I want to use? I think I'm gonna use this color and this color. So I'm gonna take a flat brush, also from the Jaclyn Hill collection. I'm gonna go first into this shade right here. And I'm gonna focus this in the center of my eye. So next I'm gonna go in with the lighter shade, which is this one right here. And now I'm gonna focus this color more in the inner corners. I'm just blending it into the other color. For now, this is good. I really like how this looks. So next I want to put some blush on. I'm gonna use this Peachy Keen blush from MAC. Oh my God. I totally forgot. Okay, we're gonna just do this for now. Normally I would do something else first. We can always go back in. Okay, the step that I forgot to do, so I would suggest you do this first, is to go in with bronzer. And I'm gonna use the Fenty bronzer in the shade Island Tang. And I'm gonna take a Morphe M527 brush, and I'm just going to bronze up my face. I really like this bronzer. It's such a pretty shade. and it's like natural, and it also doesn't look muddy, which I think a lot of bronzers you have to be careful with, just making sure that it doesn't have that like gray undertone. Okay, I'm gonna use the Morphe MO. I think it's Brittany Bear's collection. And I'm gonna take this brush and just go down where I contoured the nose earlier. Next, just to finish up the nose, I'm going to take a MAC 219 brush. It's a pencil brush, and I'm going to use also a MAC highlighter, the Oh Darling, and I'm going to draw a line down the center of my nose like this, and exclamation point it at the tip. Now for the inner corners of my eyes, I'm also going to take this highlighter. And a little trick that I like to do to really like open up your eyes is I take the highlighter and bring it up and into the shadow. Like that. So next, to highlight the face, I'm going to use an Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in the shade Conceited. I can't really show it to you guys because it's a powder highlight and it'll literally get everywhere, and knowing my history, I will spill it. So I'm gonna actually just take the excess that's on the cap, and I'm gonna take a highlighter brush. This is the Anastasia one. It's so old, but so it doesn't have a number on it anymore, but it's just the Anastasia one. And I'm gonna highlight my face. I also am gonna go back in with this pencil brush, and I'm gonna take a little excess, and I'm going to bring this in the very, very center of my lid. So to finish up the highlight process, I'm going to take a third highlighter, and I'm gonna take MAC's Gold Deposit, and I'm just going to use this to highlight the forehead. I really like using different highlighters. It brings more dimension to the face. It's like a little trick that Harush, when I went to her masterclass, she taught us. She said to use like 2 different highlighters and it gives more depth to the face. I'm using 3, so I'm being extra, so you don't have to do that, but using 2 I think is really nice. But I'm just gonna focus this on my forehead. Now I just want to finish up my eyes, and I'm going to dip right back into the Makeup by Mario Mattes palette. I'm going to take an angled brush, and I'm going to create just like a soft liner right on my upper lid. Oh, and I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I'm using this color right here, the really dark brown. And same thing on this side. Okay, so next I'm gonna put on some lashes, and I'm going to be using these lashes. I'm gonna be completely honest, guys, I don't remember what lashes these are. I'm pretty sure they are the Huda Beauty Samantha lashes, and I think it's the number 7. They're my go-to lashes. I have a ton of them. These are just already cut, so I want to use these, and I'm pretty sure that that's which ones they are, because like I said, they're my go-to lashes. So I'm gonna put these on, and I will be right back. So to finish up my eye look, I'm gonna go back into the Masters palette. Okay, so I'm gonna take a Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH40 brush, and I'm gonna dip into, I think, this shade right here that we used earlier, and I'm just gonna apply this on the lower lash line. I want to deepen up the outer corners a little bit, so I'm gonna go back into that cranberry shade and just really focus this on the outer corners. So just like right here, and I'm gonna bring it maybe like a quarter of the way in. I just want to put on a little bit of mascara on the upper and lower lashes. I honestly, I know a lot of people put mascara on before their lashes. That way you kind of don't ruin your lashes and you can use them longer, but I find it so much harder. And I also personally think when you do it after, you blend your lashes in better with the false lashes. So I like it, and I think that you can always like use a makeup remover on your lashes, your false lashes, to get rid of any like excess mascara. And I'm not like putting mascara over the entire lash, just making sure I coat my lashes so that they blend with the falsies. I just want to carve out my cheekbones. I'm gonna take my beauty blender again and take some powder and carve out. Oh my god, I'm getting powder all, I don't know if you can see, all over my shirt. Okay, so while this sets, I'm gonna start putting on my lip color, and to line my lips, I'm gonna use the KKW Nude 2. So I'm going to like slightly overline my lips. And I really only overline in the center of my lips, not on the outer parts. And same thing on the bottom, I overline just a little bit at the bottom and bring it back to my natural line as I go outwards. I'm also going to draw a line down the center. It kind of just makes them look a little bit more pouty, and bring the color in on the outer corners. I know it looks crazy right now, but bear with me. So for lipstick, I'm going to take the KKW Nude 4 and fill in my lips. I also love her lipstick formula. It's so creamy and nice. Honestly, like if you didn't want to, you don't have to wear a gloss, because it does have like a really nice sheen to it. Especially now during the pandemic and you're wearing masks all the time, lip gloss is not ideal. And it sucks, but for the purposes of this video, I am gonna use lip gloss. I'm gonna use the Fenty Glow. I'm just gonna focus this in the center of the lips. So I'm just gonna quickly brush away this powder. And we are going to set the face using the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Oh, I love it. It smells so good. And then I'm gonna take my fan and be bougie and dry it off. Okay guys, so here's the final look. I really hope that you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. I'm so happy to be back and filming. I definitely do not want to wait a whole nother year. I know this year has been crazy, so I'm going to not beat myself up too much about it, but I definitely have some ideas for videos that I want to do in the near future. My birthday is coming up, so I'm definitely going to do some sort of like glam look for that. I would love to do a get to know me, so that way you guys can get to know me. Actually, maybe I should do like a birthday / get to know me. That kind of works hand in hand. So look for that coming soon. And then also Christmas and New Year's is coming up very soon as well. So I definitely would like to do something for those. And yeah, if there's any other videos you guys would like to see me, definitely leave it down in the comments below. I will definitely look at that and take it into consideration. But yeah, until next time, mwah.